and welcome back. My name is Hannah, and today I have a little bit of a topic video for you, like a little sit down and let's chat. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm going to try and keep it as organized as I can and not run off on whims. But I've just gotten off of work and I'm not really wearing makeup right now, but the few products that I am wearing on my face, I will leave in the links down below. This is basically my no makeup look. And anything that I reference in this video, I will also leave in the links down below. I'm gonna be talking about, like, I don't know, I don't want it to come off as like a drama channel or anything like that, because it's not the kind of content I want to make. But I think this is like an interesting topic enough, especially if you're someone watching my content and you watch a lot of beauty content. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. Or even if you're just, because I know I have some followers that have joined me on this internet journey because we either became friends through comments or just through other means of topics. Looking at all my initial D and Naruto fans out there. So I was sent a video clip on Instagram. I'm assuming by one of you guys, because it wasn't like a personal friend that sent it to me. And it was just a clip from a Q&A video that James Charles has recently posted. And I don't care what James Charles does. I don't watch his content. I'm not a fan of his content. I never thought highly of James Charles. He's just one of those people that exist in the world, and I just don't give them my time and attention. But I'm giving it my time and attention today because the specific question in the clip that he was addressing was about the beauty community. And as someone who makes beauty content and has conversations and other beauty content comments and things like that, I can say that I'm a part of this beauty community, even if it's just from like a smaller like consumption standpoint. But I think I also kind of have a better understanding as someone that creates content. But by no means do I think that I understand the large scope of being a big name on YouTube. I'm very happy with the 10 views that I get. You know what I mean? I know where I stand as far as internet fame. But the question, I can't remember it exactly, but it's more or less like, what are your thoughts about the beauty community? And he says that a lot of the bigger names have dropped off and that the beauty community isn't what it once was, and it has changed greatly. That it more so focuses on the newer, smaller content creators and artists, and that the actual community is really big and thriving on TikTok and is dying on YouTube. And I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about this, and I'm going to try my best again to keep it organized and not have like an hour-long rant video. I won't cry or anything in this video, but he already rubs me the wrong way, but I don't know. Watching this, it really rubbed me the wrong way, and I've been thinking about it since like my lunch period at work, which was at like 11 o'clock today, and right now it's like 4 or 5 o'clock, so more than half my day I've been thinking about this. Which I absolutely hate because, again, I don't want to give them my time and energy, but here we are. So there's a lot of things to dissect, and I'm going to try and keep it as organized as I can. But let's start with that it's not the same energy that it was, and that a lot of the big names have fallen off. And I'm assuming if you're watching my content, you've been a part of the YouTube community for a while, because definitely I think the beauty community reached a point where like the general YouTube population was just kind of aware of all the scandals that were going on. And I think the beauty community is like also unique in a way, because I think that's one of the first little like hubs of YouTube that was really truly like monetizing off of their content. Because my partner watches a lot of like car videos, and the way that like those content creators are making content, it's so similar to like the rise and fall of like Jaclyn Hill kind of thing. So I don't know. I think as like a monetization standpoint, the beauty community has inspired, or a lot of other communities have taken note from the beauty community, which is great, which is fabulous. Love that for them. But the thing that James Charles is saying is that these big names have fallen off, and I just kind of want to like dive into that for a little bit, because it wasn't that they just fell off. It wasn't like they just stopped making content, they got bored of it and they left. They got held accountable for their questionable actions. I'm not going to sit here and go through the many different dramas of the beauty community, because that's not what this is about. But I will point out some examples. You had Jaclyn Hill, and she's one of those big ones where like she always had like, remember when she like jumped in the pool with her boots and people were mad about that? Right, she has a lot of like weird little drama, but then she starts getting like weird business drama with her Becca collabs and with her Morphe collabs, and I think the really big one was the big scandalous lipstick gate. And she'll even admit it on her videos now, you know, that hit her really hard and it really put her in this depressive state. And I mean, she turned to drinking, and like, you know, she just wasn't on the internet. She was really going through it. I don't think the lipstick situation, right, like the only person that truly hurt was Jaclyn. I don't think, right, Jaclyn had the intention of making a poor product and putting it out there the way that it did, and you know, things were not handled as professionally as they should. But at the end of the day, that kind of drama isn't the drama that is hurtful. It's not making anyone unhappy. Well, I guess maybe because they spent money on those products, but you know, it's not hurting their overall well-being, I think, like in comparison to the other things that I'm going to bring up. And then you have the big like first Dramageddon with Manny MUA and Laura Lee and Jeffree Star, and that was like a weird one because I think that was kind of like the start of this like cancel culture. Well, no, I think Dramageddon happened first and then the lipsticks. But it doesn't matter, right? Like Dramageddon even itself was just like super petty, like he said, she said, like, again, maybe trying to hurt like the well-being and the ability to market and monetize off themselves kind of thing. But I don't think it was like hurting like you, the fan, the individual. I don't think. Maybe rotting your brain because you really shouldn't be watching drama like that, but to each their own. And then you have the big drama, which is Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, Tati, and James Charles. And I think the similar thing with a lot of these names that I'm mentioning is that it got to a point where like fame was the end-all be-all, and it wasn't about genuinely being them. It was just what can get me the attention, what can get me out there, what can make me look good, and what can I do to kind of gloat that, like, you know, I'm having this moment on top of the world. It wasn't about makeup so much anymore, right? Like we all remember that era of YouTube videos, 2016, 17, very early 18, where it was all these big names in beauty, and they would be talking about the newest, hottest product that just came out. Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god, I love this. Uses it once in a video, never talks about it again. Is always living the new big product from the new big brands, doing big giant PR unboxings. And I'm not against PR, and I'm not against people making money off of their content, because I mean, realistically, if you were to tell someone, hey, that hobby that you really love doing, that you love putting a lot of time and improving your skills in, you can make money off of that, and you don't have to you know, clocking at a meaningless job. I think a lot of people would take that, you know, and that's okay. I wish people would take those kind of jobs. Please don't work something that makes you unhappy. Please find the things that do make you happy. But the point is, it's I have no problem with someone making big money off of YouTube, big money off of makeup content. What I have a problem with is like the insincerity that we saw a lot of, where makeup was the afterthought, was the secondhand product of the content being put out there, of the content creator's personality. And I mean, like, makeup doesn't have to be your whole thing just because you make makeup content. But like, take James Charles's videos, like, sure, he would be doing makeup on his friends or having his friends do makeup on him, but like, watch those videos. It's always like the big name, the big person that's popular right now, and it's not so much about talking about like the products that they really love. They're just using whatever James got in PR or whatever the new trendy video is. It's not so much about the makeup, but just being trendy. It's about the fame. And I think just as a whole, as a content consumer and people making content, I think we all just collectively were over it. Because it's fun to watch videos of someone like Samantha March or Angie, you know, where they make their videos and they're talking about the products that they use, the products that they like, the brands that they like. And sure, they're going to talk about some of the things that maybe are suggested by fans. They're going to open their PR. They're going to review the new Natasha Denona palette. But it's because that's their genuine interest. The makeup is like the forefront of their content, and even though they're mentioning some personal aspects of their life, it's not so much about being super famous making this content. It's just something that they like to do and they enjoy doing, which is absolutely wonderful and great and fantastic. I think that's the same reason why a lot of people watch the different people that stream on Twitch. Like, I hate to bring him up, but like someone like Hassan, right? Like, a lot of people maybe don't know anything about politics, but they might just watch his channel because he's so passionate about talking about it, because it interests them. I think that's like a thing, right? Like, people like to see other people talk about the things that they're interested in. And these big names weren't talking about makeup. They were talking about fame because that's what they were interested in. And that's fine, but don't say that you're a part of the beauty community, because the beauty community is about beauty. It's about fashion, makeup, and what they enjoy from those things. It isn't, again, fame is just like the second hand that comes with that. It isn't the first thing. And so that just shows me how like far removed James Charles is from the beauty community. And I can even dissect that a little bit more and say that I don't think he was ever really a part of it. He even mentions in this same Q&A video that he wished that he took the advice of not saying edgy and questionable things to get attention, that he doesn't have to be so loud. And even how James Charles broke out into fame is staged. It's fake, but he did it because, you know, he wanted that internet fame. And I don't know. I know that there are studies of like young people seeing things on the internet and they want that to be their life, you know, and how the internet's all a lie and a sham. But I don't know, that should just kind of be like a red flag, right? To like, it wasn't so much like, hey, these are the makeup products that I was using and I really wanted a great senior portrait because I do my makeup, you know, to school and everybody compliments me and this is something that I'm known for. It was, how can I get attention on Twitter or Instagram? I don't know, probably both. And that continues to be the trend of his content, where he's collaborating with the bigger names, which is great because I understand that if you're a big name in YouTube, or just I guess in any kind of app, right, you're going to want to work with your peers. But he wasn't working with other like big beauty. He was just working with the big personalities of YouTube and saying, oh, now they're over here in the beauty community. Because, like, I don't know, I don't think that the Dolan twins are a part of the beauty community. Maybe, well, I shouldn't say maybe. Emma Chamberlain is. She just had this really great look at the Met Gala. But it wasn't him, it wasn't James and like Emma sitting there talking about like, oh, I really like these products, or these are the things that I look for, right? Like it was just, let's be cute on the internet and get views and monetize off that and be famous and quirky and fun. Not the beauty community. And then when James says that the beauty community is actually on TikTok, I think again he's just referencing, to him the beauty community is the community that wants to be famous, and I don't think that's what the beauty community is. Again, I really truly think that the beauty community is about talking about beauty in whatever shape and form. It's not so much about being famous, it's just like-minded people or people with the same hobby and interest kind of coming together and talking about their experiences. And you do see that on TikTok. And I know that there's tons of TikTok trends as far as like makeup goes, but there's also that same similar thing that was very early to like when Jaclyn was rising on YouTube of just product placement, where a brand is reaching out to a big content creator, hey, make a video with this and say that you like it. And you see that, because for every genuine content creator there's gonna be a handful of people that are just saying what they need to say because fame is the end goal. It's not so much just about making content that they're proud of, it's just, how can I make money off of this? And again, it's that like insincerity thing. And maybe we're not really, I think if you're keen and you kind of have seen these similar trends for a while, you see it and you catch it on TikTok. But I know that there's just like a whole new young generation, and this is like a certain generation's like first experience with any kind of social media is TikTok. So they're not going to see it. They're just going to really believe, oh, this person that keeps talking about all these trendy items that they love so much, they must be so sincere. They must really mean it. So that must be a really good product. Like, I don't know, take the Tarte Shape Tape and how much that blew up. It's not a good concealer. It's not. So I don't know. I don't, it just super irritated me the way that he was talking about it. And not to say that there isn't a beauty community on YouTube, because there is. Just like how there's a beauty community on Instagram. There's so many people that I follow on Instagram that only make Instagram content. I think the app that you use, right, it's like the kind of medium that an artist chooses from. You have people who do acrylics, people who do sculpting, people who do costuming, people who do like prosthetic makeup. There's so many different canvases you can have, so many different things you can use to create art. You just find what works for you and what you like to do. So if there are people on TikTok who really enjoy, you know, making trend videos, that's not to say that they're not a part of the beauty community, because it's the kind of content that they like to make. I'm just trying to say there are definitely people that like fame and money and being the next James Charles or Jeffree Star or whatever, you know, that's their end goal. It's not so much about like, oh, I want to be known as someone who like has genuine thoughts and opinions about this topic. And I guess to even pull it back some, the big names that did drop off on YouTube, they're still here. They're just making different content now. And I think when you take that fame element part out of the equation, their more sincere content is better. Maybe not something that's going to catch the entire internet's attention, but the people that matter, like Jaclyn. She's going and through a personal fitness journey that she's posting, and that's kind of the content that she's posting right now. And I don't know, I'm not a huge like Jaclyn fan, and I didn't really like watch her videos, but it's something nice and it's something different, and it's something that I can relate to as just someone who wants to live a smarter, healthier life. And I think that's great. And I kind of feel sad for her, because I know the whole lipstick scandal thing, like, super embarrassing and super hard. So good for her for getting back on camera and trying to make content that she genuinely cares about. And I think for her too, it's also weird because when she starts talking about makeup, people say, oh, you're only making content, you know, to sell us stuff, blah, blah, blah. Because for a while she was only like making videos of like the best things to buy on Amazon, or when she was dropping a launch, or this or that. And she said it in her videos before that like because she has her own makeup brand, she doesn't really use any other makeup, because when you're a brand owner and you're making products, you're going to have tester products, and you know you want to expand, right? You want to be a smart business person, because ABH wasn't just going to live off of brow products, right? Like they have concealer, bronzer, eyeshadow. You can do a whole face of ABH if you really wanted to. And I'm assuming that's where Jaclyn wants to be, is that you can do a full face of Jaclyn makeup if you wanted to. And same with Manny MUA. A lot of his more recent content, since his big cancellation, is very much like his content when he was on the rise. But I think he also runs into the same thing where he doesn't really use a lot of outside makeup because he has a brand. And I think that's why those channels aren't really as popular, because it still kind of feels like you're selling us stuff. Because Manny does the unboxing, the BoxyCharm, so you can see what's inside, which is absolutely great. And then when he does do like other new makeup releases and things like that, or like the trends, it's kind of like a topic video. And I understand there are people that love those kind of videos, and they're still a part of the beauty community, but it's all preference, right? Like, these smaller names are just people that don't have makeup brands. Like Raw Beauty Kristi does collabs, but we like to watch her because she's trying other things and she's talking about beauty. And I understand that like as a business owner, right, Manny can't just drop, you know, when he's using a new product or like whatever. Like I get it, you know, because what if he's trying something new and he hates it and that's not the item that he wants to put out there, but then he was already talking about it on camera about like, oh, I'm trying out a new concealer. I understand the business aspect of it, but I think just as a content consumer, and you know, they're busy being business owners, they're doing maybe 1 or 2 videos a week kind of thing. Like it's crazy to do 5 videos a week. It really is kind of nuts and insane. And I know I on average post about 5 videos a week, but that's because I have the time and the capacity to do it, and I enjoy doing it. But I mean, I couldn't imagine like working an all-day job, because right, when you run a business, it's not like you just have like an 8-hour shift in the day and then, you know, the rest of the day is yours. That whole day is kind of dedicated to your business every day until you say, okay, I'm going on a 2-week vacation. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Obviously that's going to change the content. And I think that's what James is confusing with people really liking smaller, newer content creators. It's just the beauty community wants to talk about beauty, and so if you're only talking about one thing and that's your whole song and dance, they're going to go and watch other people that are talking about other things, because variety in content creating is also important. You don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to be like right here. You want to be able to expand. All it really shows me when someone like Jeffree Star or James Charles say that the beauty community is dead and it's not what it used to be, is that they're just not a part of that community. And whatever community they're a part of, that's fine, but they're on to new and I hope different things or similar things. I don't know. I hope that they're just doing things that are making them happy, I guess. I say that because there's a lot of other things about James Charles that really bother me, but that's not the point of this video. I just wanted to talk about that one question. I don't think James Charles should really have a platform and be talking about anything really, but that's another video for maybe not another day, because I don't want to be a drama channel. So I don't know. I don't think that the beauty community is dead, but I could be totally wrong. I don't think I am. I think I'm very well aware of what's going on, and as a content creator and a consumer of content, I don't know. I hear things like that and I'm like, oh, that's really silly for you to say. That just kind of sounds like you're bitter and you're sad that it didn't work out how you wanted it to work out. The one thing that I will kind of note before I end this video is that he also talked about like how he is going to be releasing a makeup brand, and that he wanted to, it took him so long because there was so much pressure to do so, and he's going to be putting an item that people don't have, you know, in their makeup bag, and just like, yuck, really? I don't know, just why couldn't you just say that, you know, you're making a product that you're proud of, question mark. But like, also I'm kind of hesitant about his makeup because I feel like he really leached onto Tati and what she was doing with Tati Beauty, and his big stuff with Morphe, and it just sounds like it's just gonna be like Morphe 2.0, that he's gonna be Jaclyn Jr., but instead of creating a James Charles brand, it's gonna be just a brand under Morphe. I don't know. I'm not too excited about it because, again, I also wouldn't trust those products because the content that he was making about makeup, it wasn't about the makeup. It was, we're trying this new trendy thing, whether it be a new trend on how to put on makeup or what makeup products are really flying off, you know, the shelves at an Ulta and a Sephora. And I mean, again, maybe this makes me sound like a hipster because I know that there are people that don't use indie brands, but there are so many big indie brands, like a brand like Nabla or Claydo. So, you know, they get tons and tons of, like Odin's Eye, you know, they get tons and tons of views, but they're not using those kind of products. They're just using what's advertised at the Sephora. And again, that doesn't mean you're not a part of the beauty community if you're not using indie products, but I mean, to be someone that's well versed in makeup, Nikkie Tutorials was even using indie brands. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, the whole point of this essay video is that I don't think James Charles is a part of the beauty community at all. I don't think he ever truly was a part of the beauty community. Just because you put your makeup on in a video doesn't mean that you're part of the beauty community. I just think you're trying to get famous off of doing your makeup on the internet. I don't know. I don't know. But now that I got it off my chest, I can go and get dinner and edit this video and then laugh about how obsessed I was about this question. And if you have your own thoughts and opinions, please leave me your MLA essay down below. Even if you have to leave them in multiple comments, I enjoy them. And I don't know, I think this is just like a good discussion to kind of have. And there's different things, like, I don't know, people have different thoughts and opinions, and I like to hear from you guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow in Friday's video, because I believe this is going up Thursday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.